I started dedicating each piece to a person I was just imagining it. I don't mind demonstrating something for you right now, how I make my work. I can help. And my help, I know for sure, it's not going to be really great help. It's just symbolic help. It's a spiritual help. It's just something I want to just tell them I'm here or there, I'm going to help. Clay, just like that. I start making sculpture without looking at it. And pretty much, if you look at my sculptures, individual sculptures, you see two things. One, they look like ghosts. My own family, they look like ghosts. And that's how I feel about it. Number two, if you look at the figures, they're all mostly women. And they are my heroes. They are the one really keeping the children and elderly in Iraq, and the crazy men that are fighting with each other. And this is reality. So this is what my work is all about. Another thing is, you look at the other from different angle. Historically speaking, as an artist, I try to involve some other elements. How I trace every single piece to Iraqi Mesopotamian history. Meantime, I'm doing contemporary art. So I'm combining both. So if you look at the tradition here, it's kind of desert art. That's what I do. People express themselves in desperate situation, or with a lot of hope, with desperation, you know, and so on. And the war is ugly, and whatever comes out of war is not really pretty. Only pretty thing is the people and what their emotion.
I was very moved by the story, because there's not much that we can do to really understand what people in Iraq are going through, people during any war. And just the feeling that you gave this clay that becomes part of you, it's part of a person over there, and I just needed to be part also, so that I could feel a little bit more part of humanity, which is what all this is. And it just moved me enough that I had to have a piece so that I have the connection to Iraq, and I thank you.
I'd be very much interested in different responses based on culture and experience. Meaning, if you do this in Germany, would you get a very different response if you did it in Turkey, if you did it in Iraq, if you did it in New York City? And whether you can reflect cultural and personal experiences on the reaction to the project, I would think would be exceedingly interesting, because we bring, I would assume we bring to this kind of showing our own personal feelings, our own personal history of life, and how we respond to it may reflect our own personal histories and cultures in a very different way.
Cynthia came down, she came over, and she saw the piece lying down and she set it up right. I told her it's supposed to be that way.
That's
well,
right.
But it's not supposed to be that way. Her instinct was that she wanted to make it all right. She wanted to put it upright again. And
yes.
So it just made me think of when you have something like this, if you had just have a person in the room,
right,
and their reaction to what they're seeing, right, and what they do. Do they look? Do they want to pick something up and put it back upright again because it's, you know, fallen down?
Okay, what I will say is that I am now newly introduced to Najim's work. I have seen it for the first time. He is bridging a peace effort between countries and peoples, and I have purchased the Dance of Life from him with a great deal of pleasure. He has a wonderful artistic background and he has phenomenal creations. So you would be amiss if you missed any of it. Thank you.
I found it really interesting. It was really educational, and I suggest listening to this. Really good.
This is really a brilliant thing. If you ever want to get a better understanding of Middle Eastern culture or the suffering taking place in Iraq, I'd strongly suggest bringing this man in and listening to his message. Thank you.
Thanks.
I think it's a wonderful way to present this as a way of bridging the gap. I don't know any Iraqis personally, so it's another way of starting to say they're real people, and it gives you a feeling about them as humans, and I think that we need more of that. So I think it's a good presentation.
I like the idea of personalizing the art. I think that's interesting.
I think it's like really pretty. It looks like an actual person.
Wonderful message you share, and the way we go backwards so easily. It's just too bad that it's happened that way, I think. Thanks for sharing that.
It's such a bond, seeing a greater understanding of what people are going through where you're from.
I feel very touched by your sculpture. And I feel a connection. I feel connection to all people.
Shouldn't they be more in groups or so that they are meeting together, the women? And then I thought, well, here they are, and everyone is really locked up in their own loneliness. So it is, but women need each other for strength. They really build on the relationships with each other. So they can be put together.
There's the separation as well. But I noticed that very few of the figures are open, that they are closed. I'm drawn to the ones that tend to be, my eyes are drawn to the ones that tend to be open. That figure there.
Right, the one right in the center.
Yeah, and this one here, and just the openness. And
you're locked up in your own thing.
Bridges between this country and Iraq, and making it very personal, so that in a way you're using your personal grief to help healing between the two different people, and it makes it very, very personal, which, you know, that ultimately, regardless of what culture you come from, you lose loved ones, you lose your way of life. It's the same for everyone. Your child is killed, everyone feels that same grief, no matter where you're from.
I think it's interesting, like the way he shows the artwork, and he shows what he believes through just touching a piece of clay through a cloth, and it's really interesting to hear what he went through to get there.
I think that the war in Iraq is a tragedy. It's such a place of great beauty that was the seat of humanity, and I think what Najim is making is a wonderful gesture, a beautiful thing, and that hopefully it will do things to be able to repair some of the damages that have been done.
Well, this work is unusual, and it captures more a soul than it does a copy of something. It shows the inner being rather than the exterior, and this is what humanity is all about. It's about what's inside a person, not the exterior shell. And this artwork clearly, to me, demonstrates the fact that we have a moldable, changeable form that can adapt, change, and rise to the occasion. And that's what this is all about.